So the idea behind the Bisbigliando, it's like a pretty easy technique, but there's just like a few different parts to it. First thing is you're stopping the string with your nail so that it'll sort of ring more. You know, instead of this, you're getting, sorry, I can't play the violin, but it's ringing a little bit more. And then the second part of it is that you're using like your first 2 or 3 fingers to basically like, let's see if I can show it. You're basically like tickling, for lack of a better term, the string. And you can do like all sorts of things. So like, you can use the pads of your fingers, but you can also like every once in a while get a nail in there. Right? You can't really see, but. And sort of sporadically have like accented notes, right? Loud tones. So it's a lot of quiet, like, right? Well, I'm hitting the other string. But then every once in a while, there's like a... So it's like, it's Bisbigliando, but it's also like Bisbigliando with like sporadic accents. You can also, like, if your nails hit the fingerboard, that's fine. Like that kind of scraping sound of like the nails hitting the instrument is like, I think, part of the affect of the sound. So altogether, it should sound something like this. So that's like a multi-tracked recording of me doing like 4 or 5 notes on the violin. So it should have that quality of like stochastic sound, basically. And if we imagine it with the pitch shifting, let me see here, you know, then we have this kind of melody. Not really a melody, but... etc. So that's the idea behind this section. One final thing about the Bisbigliando technique. When you're doing it, the closer you are to the fingerboard, the more scratchy and kind of rigid the sound is. Or I guess the strings are more rigid, and so the sound is a little more scratchy and high-pitched, whereas further down here, the string's more supple, so it's a little easier to get more pitch out of it. You can feel free to experiment with the location, or you can even move around on the string while you're doing this. I would say that there should be a reasonably clearly defined pitch, because there's still this sort of harmonic cloud in that area. So I wouldn't go too far toward the bridge. But you can certainly move around to get kind of a kaleidoscopic timbre there. I mean, the technique is already very kaleidoscopic anyway, but that's just something that I figured I'd point out so you can be aware of vis-a-vis, like, where on the string. So I guess I would say err on the side of toward the fingerboard, but you are free to sort of move around just to kind of get a more kaleidoscopic effect. So yeah, that's this section. Thanks for watching. Have fun.